What's going on, guys? Sherman here. I figured I would do a little video introduction of what G-Thangs is and who is G-Thangs and what G-Thangs is about. I've had a lot of people come up to me lately and ask me, who is G-Thangs? G-Thangs is me and my buddy Ahmad. What G-Thangs is about? Well, G-Thangs is about supplying the customer with a well thought out heli that is strong and easy to work on that will last them a long time. All right, so 100% we're about customer service and giving you a tough heli that's easy to work on and readily available customer support, etc. G-Thangs is also about customization. For me, I've had a lot of helis and I'm always trying to mod them and wishing manufacturers did this and that, and it becomes a little bit of a pain to try and implement your ideas into an airframe so you can get exactly what you're looking for. And here at G-Thangs, we want to give you the option to customize pretty much anything on this frame set that you want. So if you want a switch hole here, or you want to put a switch on the anywhere on the heli, all you have to do is give us a couple measurements for your switch, and we can put that switch wherever the hell you want it. If you're having a problem where you're crashing your helis and you're always breaking them here, so you want the frames to be extra strong right here on this front landing gear, we can make you a brace and get that front stiffened up exactly how you want it. All kinds of stuff like that, we can do it for you. So that's what G-Thangs is about. We don't want to hold you back. We want to push you farther, and we want to keep you flying in the air, and we want to give you customer support. So that's what G-Thangs is about, and that's who G-Thangs is. G-Thangs is me and my buddy Ahmad. If you want to message us, if you go on to the G-Thangs Facebook page, at the top of the page, you can click send message, and it'll send me and Ahmad a message, and you can tell us what you want, what you're looking for. You can order your kit directly from us by clicking send a message on the G-Thangs Facebook page. Or you can go ahead and private message me directly if you're friends with me, and ask me to hook you up and ask me whatever questions you have. So we're always available to help you out. Me and Ahmad are two different time zones, so if you're all doped up at 3 a.m. in the morning here in the United States, Ahmad will take care of you. And if you're if you're out and about at work at 12 p.m., I'll take care of you. Simple as that. But I don't recommend getting doped up. Not a good thing. It's just a joke. But I guess I'll get started with the heli. This is our first conversion. We have another one in the run that we're working on, but we started with the Specter V1 primarily because it's a very, very tough heli. It can withstand pretty much anything. It's very, very strong. Got a big main shaft, big head, everything on it's beefy. Pretty simple to work on. Belt driven, parts are cheap. It's pretty much everything that I wanted. So that's why we started with the Specter. Also, we were able, the Specter V1, this gasser conversion right here, we were able to keep the weight down really low. So people are thinking that gassers are heavy, etc. I've had two gassers that I've built completely, tested their weights and everything. This thing weighs the same as the Align gasser that I had, the extra lightweight one. With the M Studio pipe, it weighs the exact same weight as that heli did. So with the M Studio pipe, this heli, as you see it, fully fueled up, weighs 11 pounds, 8 ounces. All right. It's got 700 millimeter Rotortech Ultimates. It's got a Pulse 1350 2S pack, metal cased Expert KD1 servos, metal cased Neo. Um, it's got a 10-ounce fuel tank full of fuel. I did remove the starter off the bottom, which I had the same thing with my Align. It's got a line landing gear on it, which I like them because they keep the tail out of the ground. But same weight as that Align gasser I had. The Align gasser, like I said, was 11 pounds 8 ounces with the M Studio pipe. It's only 6 ounces heavier than the Glogo gasser that I had. Only 6 ounces heavier than the Glogo gasser. All right, and that Glogo gasser actually had a lighter weight fan shroud at the bottom. So that fan shroud was probably like 20 grams lighter than this printed one, I'd have to guess. So this thing is extremely lightweight, but it is much, much stronger than a lot of others out there. This thing is built to take a beating. Me and Ahmad put braces where they need to be. There is no frame flex in this thing whatsoever. When you pick this thing up, it is literally like a brick. It is that strong. There's no twisting. I had issues with other helis where they twisted in the air and it messed up your clutch bell mesh, etc. You're not going to have that issue on this thing right here. This thing is built to withstand hardcore flying. All right. It's also built to withstand hardcore crashing. I've put this thing in the dirt and it did not break a single thing. I put it in hard. It did not break a single thing besides the landing gear, and it cracked my boom. All right, and it bent a link and it bent a grip arm. When you crash these Specters, they normally only bend like the grip arms. And this thing, nothing happened to it. I actually want to say this frame set is much stronger than the electric frame set. So this thing's tough. If you're looking for a tough heli, this is it. All right. I guess I'll get into, I mentioned earlier, this thing has a 10-ounce fuel tank. It has a miniature aircraft Whiplash gasser fuel tank in it. This is supplied with our conversion kit. The reason why we went with the miniature aircraft tank is because it's extremely well thought out. It has rubber isolators that hold the tank in on the sides, which makes it super simple to pull out of the heli. Literally, you got 2 bolts on one side. You can pull 2 bolts out and just pop the tank right out. Miniature Aircraft did a great job when they designed this tank. They're great people. We didn't see anything better than this tank out there. So that's why we went with this tank. And also going to Miniature Aircraft, I know we're kind of getting in the iffy zone here where we're kind of competing with them. I'm not trying to do that. Miniature Aircraft offers a complete kit, complete gas conversion. A complete gas heli kit. It's the Whiplash gasser. I believe it's a G2, I think. Sorry if I get that incorrect. But if you want to get a complete gas kit, you don't want to have to source, a conversion kit plus the kit. Go to Miniature Aircraft. Go to Heli Direct. Order you a Whiplash gasser kit and be done with it and have a great time. Those guys are 100% awesome. They got great support. I'm friends with a lot of them, and I would recommend them 100%. So if you don't have if you want to buy a complete kit ready to go to Miniature Aircraft or go to Heli Direct and order yourself one. They'll definitely take care of you, and they also have great support. So anyways, it's got a Miniature Aircraft Whiplash tank in it. It's a 10-ounce tank. Depending on your flying style, your head speed, etc., you get roughly 1 ounce of fuel usually equals about 1 minute of flying. So more than likely your average is, for most pilots, is going to be 10 minutes per flight on this tank, which is much better than nitro, as I know you guys know. And if you ever bust up a tank, you can go to Heli Direct or Miniature Aircraft and get yourself another one. Let's see here. I guess I'll go to the pipes real quick. As I was saying, this heli here has a quick draw tune pipe on it, which is a bit heavier than Carey's M Studio pipe. I personally like the quick draw pipe. It's much more aggressive. It makes quite a bit more power. I think the actual numbers is either 33 or 36% more power than the M Studio pipe. It weighs a bit more. It's actually 8.2 ounces heavier than the M Studio pipe. So this heli, fully fueled, ready to fly with this quick draw pipe as I have it set up, the heli weighs 12 pounds 5 ounces with this pipe. With the M Studio pipe, again, 11 pounds 8 ounces. All right, with that being said, most people are going to want to get Carey's M Studio 320 pipe. This pipe is much smoother in the air, which keeps the tail happy. The throttle delivery is much more linear, which keeps your governor happy. It's a little bit better on fuel, I think. It's going to be easier on the heli. This is going to be the pipe for most people. For those guys that can fly flat out all the time, people like the top pilots. I'll just put it that way. For the real good guys that just fly flat out all the time, or the guys that like to do lots of big air, always on, always got the collective fully pegged, this pipe's gonna suit you more a little bit. This pipe is a little bit harder to tune. It's a little bit harder to hear, but if you started out rich and then work your way back to get it leaned in where you need it, it's not bad at all. I love this pipe. This is my deal. 80%, 70% of the other flyers out there are going to prefer this one. So 12 pounds 5 ounces with the quick draw, 11 pounds 8 ounces with the M Studio. I guess we'll get into the shipping. We worked it out where you're not going to have these crazy lead times. You're not going to have to wait months to a year once you order a kit. Literally, once you place the order, it takes a week to get the parts from 2 different sources to my doorstep. Once they get to my doorstep, I do a few modifications, build things on the frames, and then I'm going to package them up and I'm going to ship them to you. So it's going to be approximately, once you place the order, approximately 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to get this kit to your doorstep. All right. We're including shipping in the total cost, and we're using priority shipping. So once you place an order, depending on USPS, how they're doing, it's going to take 7 days, approximately. So you'll have the kit in approximately 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. I guess I will get on to customization, modifications, gear ratios that are available, etc. So as I was saying earlier, G-Thangs is about modifying things for you so you don't have to try and implement them yourself. If you want to put your name on the side frames here, we can do that for you. We have 2 different gear ratios available. We have a 7.06 ratio, which is going to be more suited to the guys that fly a little bit softer. So that 7.06 ratio is going to have head speed recommendations probably around 1,800 to 2,000 max. And we also have a 6.8 ratio, which is going to be like 1950 to 2200 head speed. Recommendations for the engines, I believe, is like 14,500 RPM max. So you can do the math yourself to figure it out. But personally, I've tried out 6.8 ratio, and 6.8 ratio is good from 1800, or I would say 1850 to 2200 from my my testing. Um, Also, I want to say if when you get a gasser, you're probably gonna need to get an engine. Again, go to gaspoweredhelicopters.com. Talk to Carrie. I would 100% recommend getting a 310 sized engine. It's actually a 30.5 cc. We're calling them 310s. I personally love TRM. They've got the best customer support I've ever had in my life. The guy is awesome, and I support this guy 100%. Just like he's great. And OBR also has a 310, and I've also dealt with them a very little bit, not enough to really give a firm opinion. But the little bit that I did deal with them, they had very good support. So go to Carrie at gaspoweredhelicopters.com and get yourself a TRM 310 and possibly an M Studio pipe. And get whatever gas fuel lines, etc., that you need to complete this build. You will need to get yourself a clunk if you don't have one with your engine. You'll need to get yourself some fuel lines and whatever other gas or stuff you may need, but that should be about it. If you want to get one of these quick draw pipes, I'll put the link in the video description below. But basically, quick draw engines makes this pipe. You want to talk to Todd. Todd's an amazing guy. Todd's super, he's very, very bright, and he can help you out with whatever you need. With the quick draw pipes, that you can customize the length of this, I forget the damn name of it, I'm sorry. You can customize the length so you can tune this pipe to your head speed. You can get different length silencers, so you can, if you want a quieter pipe, you can get a longer silencer, and if you want a louder pipe like mine, then you can get a shorter one. So with that being said, I have a 4 1/8 inch, I really forgot the name of this. I got a 4 1/8 inch long flex connector here, and I've got a 3-inch silencer, and this 4 1/8 inch extension flex connector is geared to the higher head speeds. It's not really within the recommended range, but this works for me very, very well. I'm sure some of you guys have seen the power this thing makes at the head speed that I'm running, and it's freaking awesome. So if you're a 3D smack guy, get this thing. I'll help you tune it. Doug, whoever, we'll get you straight. But that pipe's amazing. I guess I'll get on to the heli here real quick. As you can see, I'm not running a canopy. I don't run canopies. If you don't want to waste your money getting a canopy, you're going to save yourself a total cost of approximately $120 in the miscellaneous XL power parts that you buy. You can fit a Protos Nitro canopy on this. I tried to fit the Specter V1 canopy on it, but I think it looks a little funny. I didn't like the look. It was like showing too much of its belly. So I worked it out to where it fits a Protos Nitro canopy very, very well. If you want to put a Protos Nitro canopy on it, it's got the bolt holes, etc. We got the manual made. You can put Protos Nitro canopies on the front and the back, and it goes right on with the little trimming in the front of the canopy, and it looks really, really nice. It fits on there perfectly. So I guess I'll just show you real quick. I don't have the mounts on here right now because I just personally don't like running canopies on fueled helicopters. But it fits on here just like this. It fits on great. It's really, really nice. Like if you want to run a canopy, it looks stock. So all you have to do is trim the front here a little bit. We're gonna have a template included in the manual, some measurements, etc. If you Dremel this out, I know it looks funny right now. I cut this with scissors in the rush. But if you Dremel this out, it'll look stock. You could even run some canopy edge protector around this. You would never know. It would look like it was designed for this heli. Or you could go to like, Mask Pro canopies and get yourself a custom one. Get G-Thangs put on there, you know, represent. Put Specter on there, whatever you want to do. And make it your own. With that being said, you're going to have to buy some miscellaneous XL Power braces and whatnot. The total of them should come out to around, I think it's like $80 for the miscellaneous parts that you need. It's like a bearing block and a few little parts here. We got a list, we'll give it to you. So you're looking at $480 for the kit plus the $80 miscellaneous parts you may need if you don't have them already, plus your XL Power donor kit. Most people have these things. You can buy an XL Power electric dirt cheap now. So it can be very, very economical for you, especially if you don't want to run a canopy. I guess I'll go into what the future holds for G-Thangs. Personally, I would like to start working on some other designs. I got some ideas me and Ahmad are brainstorming. We want to change things up a bit and make some cool stuff for you guys. Really excited to see where this thing goes. Ahmad's a great guy. When we work together, we just back and forth brainstorming, coming up with all these crazy ideas, and next thing you know, we got cool stuff like this. So I'm sure there'll be a lot more things in the future, but we're starting off with the V1 Specter because it's an amazing kit. I guess I'll get to showing off the heli here real quick, and enough with the talking. As I was saying before, G-Thangs is about tough helis that are easy to work on, that are well thought out, etc. So, for instance, we got zip tie holes. This thing is designed the way that we put the zip tie holes, etc. You can run all your wiring hidden behind the frames. It is very easy to get to in maintenance. So your throttle servo wire comes straight across, catches your temp sensor, and your governor wire comes straight up. You got your battery wire, the ties in here, comes inside the frames. You got zip ties holding all this stuff nice and secure. Ties right into your Neo or whatever fly wireless you got. The tail servo, the wire loops right around, zip ties to the upper frames, comes right on up through grommets and goes right into your Neo. The other side of the frame, you got your aileron servo, which the wire just turns right on up, goes through the hole. Elevator servo goes right through a grommet with one zip tie holding it on. Things very, very easy to wire. It's not like other kits where you're sitting there scratching your head and you don't know what to do, and you end up, just using a million zip ties and hot glue and sticky tape and all this crazy crap to try and keep your wires from getting chewed up by gears and whatnot. You're not going to have to deal with that. This wiring is very straightforward. The bulk of the wires literally go from the Neo straight forward and then down. Very simple. So that was a big issue for me. I hate wiring helis, and I wanted this heli to have easy wiring, and I also wanted the wiring to be protected from chafing, etc., because I didn't want to have to deal with that. So this thing's got very well thought out wiring. See what else? We got a brace and behind this engine that goes from here to here. This brace not only stiffens up the bottom of the heli, so if you plant this thing on the ground real hard, you got a bad auto, whatever, this brace is going to keep this frame set very durable. It also prevents frame flex. I don't know if I said it earlier, but I had issues on other helis where I was having really bad frame flex, and that messes up your clutch bell mesh, etc. Your clutch to bell mesh, and you have all kinds of vibrations, etc. This thing is smooth as can be. There's no frame flex issues whatsoever. Just very nice heli. I don't want to go on and much longer, so I'll just I guess I'll finish by saying if you want to get one of these things, we'll hook you up. We'll have customer support. We got your back. If you need a replacement frame side, all you have to do is ask. It's not going to cost you $400 for a frame side. It's not going to take months to get you a kit. We're going to help you out, and we're going to work with you the best we can, and we're going to keep you up in the air. And that's the biggest thing, is keeping, you buy helis to fly, and that's what this thing is. That's what G-Thangs is we're going to keep you flying, and we're going to make it as easy as possible for you. So I'm sure I missed some stuff, but I didn't want this to be a an hour-long video. I'm sorry it lasted this long. I'm sorry if I touched on the same subject many times, but I'm going to take the phone and I'm just going to show around the helicopter real quick so you can get a quick look at it, and I'll end it with that. Carbon boom, added an extra brace. The reason why I added the extra brace, because it keeps the tail much more locked in. I do want to upgrade to the newer design boom clamp, because when I crashed this heli at the fall heli mowdown, this clamp cracked the boom here. The newer clamp's wider, which should prevent that. Your heli will come with this vent spool right here. So basically you can just wrap your vent line right around it, and it makes things very, very easy. So you'll get this vent spool. This vent spool will actually go down here. We were supposed to have a brace here, but I didn't have it in time, so I just M4 lock nutted my boom struts on, but we have the brace here. If you want to run a quick draw pipe, we got this custom pipe mount right here by Daniel Murnane. So you can run, all you gotta do is drill this pipe mount right into the frames where you want it. And the reason why we didn't put the hole for the pipe mount is because these pipes are made to order. Like I said, you got different flex connector lengths, they're hand built, etc. So I didn't want to put this hole in the frames yet. I wanted to leave that up to the customer, so you can adjust your flex lengths, etc. The frames are 2 millimeters thick with 3 millimeter bracing and some 4 millimeter parts throughout. Very strong. As you can see, the wiring, very well thought out. This brace will actually be black on the production model. This was a prototype. As I said, I have a line landing gear on it, but you can use the Specter, the original Specter gear. The kit will come with the throttle connector, throttle link. I ran aligned ball links on it because that's what I had. You will need to get yourself a throttle arm if you don't have a custom one from Doug Darby. If you need one, I can show you where to get one, or I can order one for you, etc. Here you can see the tail servo wiring, very easy, straightforward. You can see the wiring here. Comes, like I said, it comes over and up, goes straight across. Got the G-Thangs on there. We flew this thing so hard, and it literally threw the clunk off. We flew it so hard it literally cocked and crushed the dampers in the head block. No issues on this heli. This thing was put through massive test. We tried to break it and it didn't break. Smooth as butter. That's about it. That's all she wrote. If you got any questions, let us know. Send us a message. We'll hook you up.